Yeah, and also given the fact that he has been absolutely superb in his innings in the slip cordon so far for South Africa.
Healthy neck, should have been grabbed.
Yeah, also I think the other catches that he has taken went below the waist. On this occasion, he almost expected Aiden Markram to go for it. But the key here is once you've committed, you've got to go. And he's committed. David Bedingham.
Yeah, it's so important as a slips fielder, you know your space. And even though Aiden Markram hesitated and went a little bit, that's okay.
Beddingham's been so good in this test match with the catches that he's taken. And another one coming towards him.
Surprising that he ended up only going one hand in the end. Just got one little paw on it and looked straight at Markram. You got to go for this. I mean, 1 and 2 are the two best catches in the slips. You're there for a reason, to take those pretty much regulation catches.
Yeah, hands on heads, not just from the players, also from the fans.
Go, catch up.
Oh!
Keshi, good Keshi. Right back to you, Kesh. Go,
Yeah,
Keshi.
but this is much better from South Africa,
Good day,
creating a
Keshi.
few opportunities. Opportunities have been far and few between, so one will come your way, you'll have to take them.
Oh! Temba! Close, Keshi. Keshi, close your ball. Close your Kesh.
Yeah, I think I made the point earlier that
Kesh, love you, boy.
once there is a bit of hint of reverse when you want to fire up one of your spearhead bowlers in KJ Rabada.
Oi, Keshi.
Just look at conditions, and I feel that he will be the bowler that will be extracting at reverse swing to the maximum effect.
There were only 8 deliveries yesterday from Keshav Maharaj, in fact, in this innings. And yesterday, above 80 k's per hour. Nathan Lyon, as I said, 84, 85 in the pitch report. Also Ashwin, 84, 85. Shane Warne always said he's a wrist spinner, so he's different. We always said a spinner's got to be around about that number. That's he preferred to be at 83. Got to be quicker than this. You have to be. These are floating up.
Oh, Keshi, set forward.
And he continues at that pace with very little variations. 244 for 2.
Yeah, this is not your point of getting it there, Hazy. For me, what do you put it down to? Energy on the ball, action on the ball, arm speed.
Not enough action on the ball, not enough energy on the ball. You've got to, as Natalie just said, you've got to vary your pace. The art of a spin bowler is to deceive a batsman through the air. And you're going to do that if you alter your speed through the air, alter your pace, alter your grip, alter the extra bounce. You go over the top as well as a spinner, you put more energy on the ball.
Yeah, they needed to respond well in this innings, and that they have done. Well led by the captain, 115 not out.
Lexa,
Azam falling short.
Lexa,
100,
back time off.
Excellent opening partnership for Pakistan, which yielded 205 runs.
Huge appeal from South Africa yet again. Been talking a lot about this reverse swing, late swing, leg by it is called.
Yeah, this is an excellent option from Marco Jansen to go Yorker. Because it's perhaps a delivery that you don't expect. Hey, just a little bit of tail on this ball. Yeah, it's perhaps missing the leg stump.
Nice. Not trying to overhit it, just looking for the right placement, finding his area. Excellent effort by Kagiso Rabada. He certainly is an athlete that moves well. It was well timed, the dive.
This is going to be touch and go. They'll look at that, I'm sure, but that's a really impressive chase, and I think it might be okay. We'll soon find out, of course, but I think he got it back just at the right time.
Yeah, I think it was an excellent effort. Did he stop it in time? I think that is absolutely sensational from Kagiso Rabada. That's brilliant.
That is phenomenal. The timing of the dive was perfect. He couldn't have timed it any better. The chase itself obviously was a long one. He's warmed up for his spell now.
And that ball didn't come back onto his other hand either, so that's top stuff.
He's had a little fin at that one as well.
Just have a look at the LBW shot. A bit of tail on it. It's come missing the leg stump by some distance. I have to say the umpiring has been really good in this test match so far. By Akuma Damasina. Experienced at this level.
It's been a pretty good feature, actually. Test matches around the world of late, too. Really good stuff from umpires, including a TV umpire.
More work to be done. In case anybody is wondering about an update on Ryan Rippleton, he's been sent for scans. Ryan Rippleton on his hamstring, he's got a bit of a strain. He won't field, but he can bat if necessary. However, there will be a penalty in time on when he can bat, and that is going to be a maximum penalty of 120 minutes. Or if they are 5 down, if that happens before, then he can come in at 7. So when they're 5 down, he could come in at 7 or after 120 minutes. So we won't see an opening, we'll see another opening pair.
Or will we?
Yeah, I was about to say South Africa will be hopeful that they don't have to cross that little juncture. Yeah, what an innings we've seen from him, Ryan Rickleton. 259 runs. 617 minutes of concentration it took. Absolutely brilliant.
He's trying not to look at the screen there. Did you see that? That's a sneaky look. I'd have a sneaky look as well if I made 259. First test match of 2025. 249 for 2.
Got a feeling there, also. Really good big something.
Yeah, just a little on the surface. You've been out there today, Hazy. It looks an absolute belter. And it hasn't changed a great deal since day one. I think we've expected it to change over the course of the 4 days, but that's coming your way pretty shortly. 9th of January, all the way through to the 8th of Feb, the Betway SA20. Stacked with tons of entertainment, plenty of players across the globe to entertain us one more time.
A couple of days away, the clock's ticking. Betway SA20, it's going to be magnificent. Again, season 3.
Looking forward to it as well. Defending champions. They've got a good following around the country now after winning the first 2 seasons.
It's unbelievable when you do games at Kabaka. The fan base there. It's quite extraordinary. I know, all commentators make magnificent venues around the world. I mean, it's just so passionate of that venue. It's terrific.
God, and Hayes, give me your favourite venue in South Africa to be worked on, especially in the Betway SA20 I'm talking about.
I actually think my favourite one is actually Supersport Park, and I say that because I think the track is really good and I think it's entertaining. I think the high scores there are great. I mean, you only agree, Bern, because you're a bowler.
I think that's what they're lacking, Hazy. It's a tough place as a bowler, isn't it? There's so much to look forward to. It also brings up the 250 for Pakistan.
what's Supersport Park's 5,000 feet above sea level. That ball flies, and of course there's some high percentage of those Betway catch a million, catch a 2 million, catch how many million? One-handed catches. Oh, Cash.
A couple of times he's come down to Maharaj. Both times he's got himself into a little bit of trouble. Nowhere near that.
Not again.
Choosing to go back. And dealing with the pace of Keshav Maharaj pretty well. That one was 80 kilometers an hour, 251 for 2. Opening fixture for the Betway SA20 happening in Gqeberha. My Cape Town will be the opposition. Team My Cape Town will be getting things together for their opening fixture. Always looked a strong team on paper, and it's been said about them in both seasons. They look really strong on paper, and I'll be hoping to actually be able to do something for this season, not just on paper. Now, Kagiso Rabada.
Absolutely brilliant. I expected him to be a handful with this hint of reverse swing on offer here. He starts right under money, does Kagiso Rabada. It's a beautiful wobble seam again. Just leaving the right end off the seam. Excellent start to his spell.
Two things here about KG. There's an area that he was pounding yesterday. It's 5.5 meters from the base of the stumps, just there. So it's a little bit fuller than he normally bowls, but there's a couple of little cracks. If he hits that area and does something a little bit different, also if he gets a bit of reverse, he might need to go a little bit fuller with some of that reverse that he's so gifted at bowling.
No ball.
It's something that was a huge feature for South Africa yesterday. No ball. Saw post that in the last 6 test matches, including this one, South Africa's bowled 87 no balls. It's been an issue in Centurion for sure, was against Sri Lanka and Bangladesh as well.
Yeah, that's a massive number. And as the leader of the pack, Kagiso Rabada, you want to set good standards. You want to be the example when it comes to not bowling as many no balls. Very often it boils down to the consistency of the place that you take off from. And every now and again I look at Kagiso Rabada and he literally gets to the top of his mark. He just turns around and he goes. Perhaps want to make a little mark there and just start on that particular mark every single time you take off. So just watch him at the top of his mark. There's absolutely no mark where he's taking off from. And then he goes. So it might just be the inconsistency of where he's taking off from. He's a phenomenal athlete. It's an area of your game that you want to get right. You do not want to take wickets, especially on a surface like this, off a no ball.
So, Vern, here's one for you. I mean, I know that in Australia, Dennis Lilly, I think, was the first that I heard do it. And when Dennis Lilly did something in Australia, all the other quick bowlers do the same when they had no ball issues.
Just a moment where the crowd thought South Africa were in with another possibility of a wicket. It'll be 4.
Yeah, just given the nature that Gulam is playing with, I think he's going to afford the opportunity. This one slightly wider, his eyes lit up, he's threw the Keaton at it, but fortunately for him it went into the gap. Just the hint of a way swing. airborne. South Africa won't mind seeing that. We might see another fielder in that gully region.
Continue that no ball chat action next over, because I want to hear your view on it, what they used to do. End of the over, 256 for 2.
Listen, but I've got a feeling.
The country's going back to work. It's that time of year again. The silly season is over.
No, it's not. It's still going.
When you're around Hazy, it is always going.
That's harsh but fair.
There's a couple that say it's just about getting started in Cape Town. Natalie.
I thought it was against the bylaws in Cape Town to start on the 6th of January, but okay.
Once all the GP number plates leave Cape Town, the WPs come out to shine.
So, Vern, just my quick thing about the Australian fast bowlers, as far as I know, all the way through. When they were bowling no balls a lot, they rather than take their bowling marker back, they must move it forward at full pace. That make sense to you?
Well, probably not, Hazy. I'll come back to it in a second. I think when I was struggling with no ball issues, I'd always look at how far I was over that line, and you want to give yourself a bit of cushioning to work with. So, depending on how far I was over the line, I'd move it back by that sort of marker. So, very often I'd perhaps just creep over that line, and for me it was more half a foot that I was working with. But I can hear where you're coming from. I think it also, depending on the rhythm point of view, you don't want to go and overstride and overstretch the crease. So it's about finding the comfortability in your run-up
Alexa,
that works for you. So I think
bedtime
it's
on.
very much a personal preference. I don't think there's a one-shoe-fit-all approach. You have to work with the bowler. I think sometimes when you drag a bowler further back, you might start overstriding, overstretching. And you also don't want that to start creeping into the game. So it's about finding it rhythm, it's about finding it balance. For me, I always want to be balance at point of release. That's more important than having to worry about the front foot no ball. Yes, you want to keep your foot behind the line,